What's up, YouTube? This is your girl, Speak Conscious. I just wanted to do this video, about coming out as an atheist. When I came out as an atheist, I didn't even know how to spell atheist. And, I basically didn't really come out, per se. I just lived my life each day with the battle to hang on to my mind despite being in an environment that was trying to indoctrinate me. Now that's my own personal experience. Every atheist is not somebody that come from a religious doctrinated background and have to struggle for their mind and sense of reality. Every atheist is not somebody who's black that has to overcome social suicide just because you change your beliefs. Every atheist is not a female. It's like every atheist is not somebody who necessarily has decided what it is that they do believe in. It's not about a label. Basically, for anybody who wants to take responsibility to have freedom of their own mind and what they think, and not let anybody change their concept of what should constitute reality and what's real and what's not real and what's true or false. That's the issue that's most important at hand. And that's a issue that thrives in all different circumstances. You may be somebody that's been indoctrinated to be a prejudiced person. You may be somebody that's been indoctrinated to be a part of the Ku Klux Klan. Ever since you was 5 years old, you may have had that stuff dumped into your head that you need to hate, other races of people. You know, um, you have to take control over your mind too. You may be somebody that's been indoctrinated into gang mentality. You may be somebody that's indoctrinated into some type of slave mentality. Prostitution is a form of slave mentality. You know, uh, any oppressed people who their mind get touched in a way that affects them, marginally, you have to take control of your mind too. So, coming out about being about what you believe in and questioning the ideas that people tell you is true is a similar story for any evolved human being. And it takes courage, and it takes critical thinking, and it takes integrity. It takes a lot of integrity to question what's been put into your head ever since you was a child, and it takes courage to step away from the support of your family and friends to be who the evolved person that you need to be based on your own values. Just like it takes courage to stop being an alcoholic, or it takes courage to stop leaning on any type of crutch that doesn't let you be responsible for yourself. And religion is a crutch that allows people to not be responsible for their own idea of reality and what is true. It just makes a scapegoat that it's okay to agree with something that can't be proved by laws of nature. And I'm not necessarily um, sure that that's a problem for me, because people who want to think that way, that's their gig, that's their thing. And nobody can force me to think that way, because I'm responsible for my mind. Therefore, I'm not offended, and I'm not afraid of the hell of religious people, because I control my own emotions and I control my own mind. So nobody can offend me, and nobody can irritate me or make me mad because they don't see things my way. You know, but it's like, you know, you just have to realize that coming out is not a really any more bigger of an issue than just being you in a world that don't want that wants everybody to conform to being like each other. People find safety in numbers, and there are afraid of advancement and things that's different and different thoughts. It takes people years to overcome something simple like understanding that the world's not flat or understanding gravity. And, you know, just being yourself is really all it is. It's not an issue about being different from somebody else and proud to be different or have some type of angsty attitude or want to purposely be angry or rude to people because you feel offended. If you feel offended and insulted, then you're not in control of your own emotions. Nobody can insult you because you're not insulted. Nobody can offend you because you don't stumble. So it's just a matter of being love and showing love where there's a lack of love. In a lack of understanding and a lack of under education and a lack of education, a lack of critical thinking causes a lack of love. So for those who are more evolved thinkers, you have the burden to show the love and to show the understanding, because you're the only one that understands where they're coming from and where you're coming from. Religious people who've always been religious, they only understand where they're coming from. Atheist people who've always only been atheists only understand where they're coming from. People who have overcome a form of thinking to see things in a different way understand more and they have more insight, and you need to be able to express that insight to share your love with everybody and help people get along. And you can't do that if you got attitude or a chip on your shoulder because you're mad that people don't accept you or you mad that people don't agree the way you think. So, coming out for me was difficult because I had a lot of fears, blah, blah, blah. You could watch my first video. But it really is never an issue about coming out like you're some type of fucking superstar on stage. Nobody's special, nobody's a superstar, nobody really gives a fuck what you're gonna do. In the end, they're just happy that they're not going to hell. So, really you gotta stay humble at all times and remember that you're doing it for you, not for other people. And, no matter what other people say, they're living life for themselves. They're not really as concerned about you as their mission work seems like they are. Because in the end, when they lay down at night, all they say is, I'm glad I'm not like them. So, you can't really like worry that much when you feel like you coming out about something different, like even if it's being gay. I don't understand being gay because it seems to me to go against the laws that perpetuate human survival. And I don't need to go into detail about that. If you're smart, you understand what I'm trying to say and you understand where I'm coming from. But it's not in an insulting way that I'm making that statement. It's just because I'm a logical person. But I can understand having desires that aren't normal for the norm of people, and I understand, how you can change your taste because I've changed my taste for certain foods that I've liked in the past. There's always a way that we can relate to other people if we try. You see how I just did that? I said I didn't necessarily understand homosexuality because logically it doesn't promote the perpetuation of human survival. But at the same time, I was able to empathize and understand how your flavor or your taste can change because I've experienced having a change of taste for music and a change of taste for food. I can understand how people can believe and feel that they were even born that way. So you can understand things even if it's not a value that you choose to live by. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you're not having integrity towards what you think. It just means you're open-minded. So that was my little addition to, if you want to hear more about getting along and understanding people, I have a video called Building Bridges, Not Burning Them. But the main point of this is that coming out as an atheist is not about labels, and it's not about coming out. It's about just being yourself in whatever the context of your world for you that means that you have to do. So as they say, do what you gotta do. Stay conscious.